There's new information about a whistleblower claim that started a confrontation between the Director of National Intelligence and the House Intelligence Committee. Nancy Cordes is on Capitol Hill. Nancy, what do we know about that whistleblower report?
Well, the report, Michelle, appears to center in part around communications between President Trump and the president of Ukraine. And Mr. Trump's lawyer seemed to concede last night that he wanted Ukraine to look into one of Mr. Trump's top political rivals in exchange for military aid.
If the president of the United States said to the president of Ukraine, investigate the corruption in your country that has a bearing on our 2016 election, isn't that what he's supposed to do?
The president's lawyer, Rudy Giuliani, said Mr. Trump didn't do anything wrong in a phone call with the president of Ukraine. But Giuliani admitted that he did ask the Ukrainian government to investigate former Vice President Joe Biden and his son Hunter, who worked for a Ukrainian gas company.
So you did ask Ukraine to look into Joe Biden?
Of course I did.
Giuliani claims Biden himself tried to bribe the Ukrainian government to get his son out of legal trouble. But that claim is unsubstantiated. And even before this whistleblower's complaint came to light, Democrats had launched an investigation to determine whether the president and his allies set up a quid pro quo, demanding that Ukraine investigate a 2020 presidential rival in exchange for military aid.
That the president of the United States, whoever he is, has every right to tell the president of another country, you better straighten out the corruption in your country if you want me to give you a lot of money.
The contents of that whistleblower complaint might shed some light on all this. But right now, the acting director of national intelligence is refusing to hand it over to Congress.
Do you believe that the White House or the president himself are pressuring the acting director of national intelligence not to hand this information over to you?
All I do know is this. I don't know whether the White House is directly involved because we can't get an answer to that question, but we do know that they are making some claim that a privilege may apply. Well, that narrows the category who may be intervening here.
A former senior U.S. official told CBS News that the president has a lot of leeway in these conversations with foreign leaders and the things that he says to them. What we know right now is that the president himself is defending his actions and tweeting that he knows that a lot of people listen into those conversations, and so he would never say anything inappropriate. Anthony?
Nancy Cordes, thank you, Nancy.